computer. Okay, so we're recording. Switch to phone audio. Okay, so I have a quick question. So I want to show them this video. I'm on this app called Zoom, and I'm sharing my screen. And I want to share this video, but they can't hear the audio. So what do I do? Oh look, is it one of these? Test mic, built-in microphone. Same as system. Shall I try that? Naomi says yeah. Naomi, did you say yeah? So I want them to hear the video. Shall I press same as system?
I'm wondering if that's happening because you've got your headphones in, because that audio is going to be through system audio, but you put your thingy in. So I think the only way they're going to hear that is if... Oh no, he's doing it same system.
Well, I clicked on that. I haven't tried it yet. Shall I try that?
Try that.
Right, so.
If it doesn't work, then can we just send the link to them? They can watch it.
Yeah.
Having a conversation.
Nah, the point is I want them to watch it with me. Otherwise, they won't do it.
No, but
Yeah, I don't actually know if it's possible.
Can you hear it? Right, let me try and do this. Hey?
So you pushed it.
What? Right, I'm going to try again. Can you hear it?
Wow, that's just a spotlight right there.
Anyway, I'm going to just for 30 seconds and I'm going to tell you what it says. This isn't working. Okay, I don't need to watch 30 seconds. I remember the video. So he's basically saying, obviously, Brendan Bouchard, super amazing person that I went to go and watch in Phoenix in March. He's basically saying you didn't lose your motivation. I will send you all the video anyway. You didn't lose your motivation. You lost your focus on what it is that you're fighting for. So all of you have something that you're fighting for in your life, whether it's your kid, it's your house, it's your relationship. You all have something you're fighting for to keep your life really amazing and to keep your life bubbling and going. You all have a motivation. You all have something that drives you. And the only reason you've lost motivation is because you've lost your focus on what it is that you're really working hard on. So one way that I do that I get my refocus every day is to write my goals out every day. And if your goals don't inspire you, you need new goals. Cool. Thank you, Naomi. I actually already sent the video the other day, but I don't know if everybody watched it. So I was basically trying to send it and make everybody watch it because it's so good. But yeah. Does anyone feel like that rings true? Like what it says? And it's really easy to lose your motivation. Like I understand, like I've been there 100 times, but what is it that you did? Like when your motivation was really hardcore and you were really on it and you were really focused, like what did you do every day to make that happen? And we all go through lulls. That's called life. We all go through times and patches where we don't take things so seriously, and then we forget, you know, like what it is that we're really I'm just laughing as girl. Like, so you have to kind of ask yourself, what is it? Like, what is it you want? What do you want to do? What legacy do you want to leave? I feel like a lot of people have lost motivation, and then you're like, oh my God, how do I get it back? That's how you get it back. Very simple and easy. Obviously, if you watch the video, he actually gives tips. One of them is to write down 3 main things that you must do today, no matter what. So what I all want you to do right now, from the top of your head, we're just going to do a few things together as exercises. So I don't mind how you write this, whether you do it typed, whatever, but we're going to do a few exercises together. If you do it or you don't do it, like I'm kind of at this point now where it's not that I don't care, but if you don't do it, then like this call was a waste of your time. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like, why did you come on here if you weren't willing to do the action? That's just my opinion. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to write down your weekly to-do list. So think of all, maybe, and you probably will have to add to this later, but think of all the things you need to do this week. Instead of writing a big long list to do every day that's unachievable, write down one big long week list and like figure, like just off the top of your head, what do you need to do today? Do you need to book something? Do you need to do this? Do you need to whatever? I'm going to write mine with you too. Okay, so I've done my little to-do list. I've probably got more that I need to add to. I just have my notebook at home, so I'll check when I get home. The next thing you're going to do is write down 5 things that you're grateful for. So I read something either today or I listened to something today that basically said a lot of people like lose motivation and you know, it was someone at church that said it. People lose motivation and they forget, you know, we moan so much about different things in our life, whether we realize it or not, that we actually forget how amazing parts of our lives are. So writing down what you're grateful for can really help you be reminded of this, and it can help you practice it. So like just being grateful for the fact that like you live where you live, or you get to have the relationship that you do with that your sibling, or that you are a mum perhaps, and maybe you know you're grateful for your discipline with the shred that you've been doing this week. Whatever it is, like you all have different things that you can, you know, be grateful for. I don't need to tell you what to be grateful for, but really this is a practice I think we should all really get used to doing. And then you'll stop moaning so much about the bad things in your life, and you'll start looking more, okay, actually that's really amazing, I'm doing a great job. Okay, so I wrote down 6 things. And I also just want to tell you guys about something I did today. So I walked past this shop in London, like central London. I walked past the shop and this guy looked really miserable, and he had his like head in his hands like this. I didn't even see his face. I didn't know how old he was, none of that. And he was working at the phone shop. And basically I was going to the shop anyway to buy some water, and then I went to the shop, bought some water, and I I picked up this chocolate bar for him and I thought I'm going to go and give it to him. So I walked back, went to the shop, and I just walked in, started talking to them. And one of the guys was looking at me and talking to me about me trying to change my phone bill and blah, blah, blah. And it was funny. And then they were asking me how my day was going. And I kind of just stopped and like turned and looked at this guy because I had to go to church, so I didn't have that much time. But I looked at this guy and I just said to him, I was like, how's your day? Are you having a bad day? And he was like, how did you know? And I was like, well, I kind of saw you looking pretty miserable as I walked past, and I took a minute to watch you to see if your expression changed, and it didn't. Like his whole physiology was like down. And he just was a bit perplexed as I was talking to him. And I went, well, I bought you a chocolate bar and maybe you can't take it from me, but I'm kind of hoping you can because I just thought it would cheer you up and I didn't know what else I could do. And he was like, oh my God, this is so amazing, like blah, blah, blah. And like took the chocolate bar off me and was like, no one's ever done this for me. Like, oh my gosh. And it cost me like 65 pence. You know what I mean? Like literally it cost me nothing. And like I put such a smile on this guy's face and he was like, oh my God, your energy's amazing. Like, oh, like at me. And I was like, I've been there. Like I had a really crappy August. Like I know what it's like to feel crap. And I just, like, you're not on your own, you know? People go through this stuff all the time and you can get through it, whatever it is. Like, do you want to talk about it? And then we got talking about something else. And then his colleagues kind of left and I really didn't know he was the store manager, but then I found out because he went out for a cigarette so we could talk at the back. So we spoke on like the side street. And we were just talking and he was basically like, just explained to me what was going on in his life. And I won't say because it's kind of personal and, you know, he's got kind of stuff going on. And he was just like telling me, you know, and he's like, I can't believe I'm telling you, like, I don't know you. And I'm like, what? And I was like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And so we swapped details. I said, you know, we can stay in touch. Like, I want you to know that, like, it's going to be fine and blah, blah, blah. Like, things will work out. And he was just so perplexed. But the point I'm trying to make here is it's super free, by the way, to be kind. So be as kind as you can to as many people as you can every single day. You don't know what someone is going through. And if someone did that for you, like, how would you feel? Like, you'd feel like, oh, God, that's cool. Thanks, you made it's warm and fuzzy. You know what I mean? So do things that you would like people to do for you, but also do things that people don't expect you to do. I have no idea how that conversation is going to go with that guy. I have no idea what could lead from that conversation. And I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about where I might go. Didn't even think that we would swap details. I honestly just was like, wanted to give him the bar and then walk out. But like, that just never really happens with me. I always swap details with people. So like always. Even at the wedding last night, I met like a ton of different people that can, I met a director and he was like, we should do something together. I was like, cool, let's do something together. And like, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Maybe we'll never do anything. Maybe it won't work. But the point is, like, I have an open heart and personality that I can connect with people like that. I'm not saying you need to be like that. I'm just trying to teach you all that when you show up and you're honest and you're vulnerable, and like, if I hadn't, you know, it's really good to be relatable with people. Like today I shared with that guy that I was going through my bad stuff. You know, I shared with him, don't worry, I've had a shit week too, babe. Don't worry about it. Like, it's going to be all right. Like, you have to just work through that and don't put yourself on a platform that people look at you and think, you know, things are unreachable. Like, I know we all love Olivia Measures, but for me, she's a little bit unreachable sometimes because she doesn't really talk about the real shit. Like, she's a bit too Barbie, airy fairy, like, oh, I live this life and this is all glam. And I love her actually, and Olivia, I get on really well with her in person. I would never ever say like anything. I actually really like Olivia, and she probably knows this. I think I've already told her. Like, when I first met her and I saw her on stage, I thought, oh my God, like, this is what the hell, literally, because I just like, that's all I'd seen from our company so far was like just women, like girls, and that just like look like they like flash things and, you know, come across a certain way. And actually 2 minutes into her talking, I turned and looked at my friends and I was like, actually, I kind of like her. And like, literally my opinion changed like 360. My world turned upside down. And I love Olivia. I think what I love about her is you know who she is. You know what branding is. She knows who she is. She knows who she's trying to reach. She knows the target market. So her life might look glitz and glam, cool, like, and she knows that, but like, that's the kind of audience she wants to attract. For me, that's not the kind of audience I necessarily want to attract. So I'm not going to copy Olivia and blueprint her stuff because that is not who I am. Do you see what I'm saying? Be you. I'm not asking you to be anybody else but yourself. Please be you. Be unapologetically, unmistakably you. If that means like having social media detoxes like me and sharing with people, hey, my life feels crap right now, do that. Like, that's fine. But I know that my Facebook world knows who I am, and I know that I can say that stuff because I know that I will make a positive spin on that same post. I might talk about something bad, but I'll turn it back into something good. If you've not been in this business for very long and you don't think that people will recognize you for that, then don't do it yet. Wait. But people know that about me. Like, you can see the posts. Go on my Facebook and look, when I put something that I'm going through a hard time, people go, you'll get through it, Tasha. If anyone can do this, you can. I'm like, okay, thanks. I don't even know you, but cool. You know what I mean? Because people have been following my journey and they know who I am and they know what I stand for. So who are you and what do you stand for? And do people know that about you? If they don't, then you need to work harder on that. And you need to be better at sharing that about you on social media. So my other kind of little tips that I just made were that you need to all, I think, start scheduling your day. That's something I'm going to start doing. If your schedule is whack right now and you ain't fitting in, then like, why are you doing this? Honest, why? Like, why? If you can't find an hour a day to do this, like, why are you pretending to yourself that you can do this? Like, commit, or you're going to sink, and you're just going to feel like you're sinking and sinking and sinking, and you're not going to make even your own money to make your own products. I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm saying it because it's the truth. Like, so many of you are hard on yourself, so you think you suck and actually you don't suck. And the other thing is that so many of you aren't disciplined, and you're expecting your life to change and you're not disciplined. Like, what do you expect to happen? If you're not disciplined, your life is not going to change. Like, I'm going to tell you it straight. If you can't find an hour a day to do this, then don't say that you want to be NMD in 3 months. Like, it's not going to happen. If you can't do an hour a day, then cool, but that's on you. Don't, like, please stop pretending that you want to be NMD within 6 months' time. You know, whatever that looks like for you. If your goals are big, guess what? You've got to put the work in. You ain't going to get that golden ticket and get your $1 million through the post. It's not going to happen. And even if you did, you probably wouldn't appreciate it. You know why? Because most people that win the lottery go broke within the first year because they just spend the cash. They don't know what to do with it. They don't have a money manager. They don't have an accountant. They don't have anyone that says, actually, you should probably save half of it and do this for the other half. Whereas if you build over time and you know the work you've put in and you know the effort you've put in, do you think you're going to appreciate that big paycheck that you get or not? Of course you are. You probably won't splash it. You'll probably be really sensible. Probably think about, oh, okay, now I can do this, now I can do that. And okay, I'll spend like £50 as a treat on myself. So schedule your day. Change something about your life. If it's not working, change it. For all of you, have something that's not working, so change it. For me, I'm going to start scheduling my day and see how that works out. And if you were above the position that you are, like if you were SC, if you were SSC, if you were QNMD, if you're NMD, how would you behave and how would you act? What language would you speak to yourself every day? Would you be positive, or would you talk the mean stuff that you do to yourself? Would you tell yourself you're good enough, or would you tell yourself you're bad? Like, what would you say? Because I think that we forget sometimes, whether we should speak it into existence on who we want to become and what we want to become. Okay, so we're going to get cut off in a few minutes. So does anyone have any questions? Or not? No questions?
How are we doing the new format? Like, when do you want to do calls to do the new format for the call?
We'll do a call. We'll do a call to figure out. Because then I want to train you both on everything. Because then we can both do it. I feel like all three of us need to be really confident with both parts of the business. And then we can just change it up every week if we want to. We don't really need more than three of us, to be honest. So 3 is perfect. So we can just have other stories. So also everyone, Lauren is cancelling the SC calls in about a month's time. So I have a month worth of speakers, and then she's cancelling it. So I'm going to get speakers on our calls instead. But I won't be doing it unless we can prove that we can get prospects on our calls, because I'm not wasting that person's time. So next week, let's all have at least 1 prospect each on the call. That is not hard. Invite 10 people, 1 will show up. And if we can get one prospect on the call and we can get different events, different speakers, like I have so many contacts that I can reach out to. I've been doing the SC calls for like 2 years now, nearly. So I have tons of contacts, tons of names. People still come to me. Like I'm friends with a lot of NMDs, people that want to be part of, you know, what we're doing. So I want to have these people on the calls, but I won't put them on unless we have a team that's going to sit and listen, you know, people that show up. So let's really work on that next week. Let's really get prospects and let's really like show people what we're really doing. I mean, this is really exciting. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm excited by the fact that we're in a place now where we're going to go to Barcelona in 2 months. Who knows how many people we're going to go with as a team? Who knows who's going to get promoted on the stage? Like, I know what I believe. What do you believe is the question. Because I feel like so many of you actually are going, oh God, it's in 2 months. I'm not going to get promoted. I don't believe in it. If you can get to SC in 40 days, like the girl that's coming on a call tomorrow, then what could any of you do in 40 days? Really important to put yourself in the space of belief. If you're not in that space, then what are you reading? What are you listening to? Maybe you're listening to like the same stuff. Maybe you've always listened to, you know, Tony Robbins, and maybe you need to change it. Maybe he's not doing it for you anymore. Maybe you need to press refresh and go and listen to someone new. Maybe you got to go listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, who's going to kind of scream in your face every day for a week and tell you what the hell you're playing at 25, like sitting on your ass pretending that like someone's going to knock on the door with your £100. Like, it's not going to happen.
Quick question, Tash.
Sorry?
Quick question.
Well,
Can you hear me?
no.
I've gone through most of the Miracle Morning. I've now got about 3 credits on my Audible. Any recommendations from anybody? You listen to? Has anybody got any more recommendations? Because I've gone through most of my Miracle Morning. So just
the Compound Effect.
New book. Pardon?
The Compound Effect would probably be the next best one to read.
Yeah, that's a great book.
I love it.
Cool.
That's a good follow-up.
Sorry.
I'm writing it down for you in the chat.
You're a star. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm reading, Gary Vee has one called Crush It. And I'm reading his follow-up book called Gary Vee Crushing It, which is really good, actually. It makes me cut my bullshit so much. I'm like, quit your jibber jabber. Go for No is a good one. Also, The 5 Second Rule. Have you read that? That's amazing. That's one of the best books I've ever read. I got Gary Vee on my phone online on iBooks, but you'll be able to get it.
I'll probably read the 5 Second Rule. I'll probably read that one after.
Yeah, Compound Effect's a good one. I would read Compound Effect or Gary Vee.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have a question? Nope, we're good. Yeah? Cool. Okay, I hope this call either kicked your ass or re-inspired you in some way or made you realize that you're so worth it. Like, just do yourself a favor and remind yourself that you're worth it. Please, if you don't want to do it for me, do it for you yourself. Do it for me. Do it for someone in your life that's going to kick your butt if you don't make it. Just think about where you want to be in 6 months' time. Where do you want to be at the end of February? Where do you want to be when the new year begins? You want to be in the same financial situation? If you don't do anything, that's what's going to happen. If you bumble along and treat your business like a hobby, that's what's going to happen. Treat your business like a hobby, it will always pay you like a hobby. Always. And no one is treating you like a business right now. No one. If you were, you'd be getting paid like a business. And we'd be staying in a 5-star hotel in Barcelona and we'd be paying like money each for bottles every night in a pub. Maybe not. Like, I'm not into pubbing anymore. But I'll do that for you guys. But like literally, like I really want to go to an international conference with us all. It would be so cool if we could go to an American conference in April together and we could all do something together and be like with the Americans, you know, and the Canadians.
Go to which conference?
I don't know what the one in April is, but I want to go to
It's
that
in
one.
Sacramento, California in April. I got my tickets in my email.
Oh, I love Sacramento.
I've never been.
That I could probably do.
Oh, Sacramento. Yeah, I really want to go.
Yeah. Sacramento, San Francisco, freaking gorgeous. I love it there.
So let's go to Sacramento. It'll probably be on my birthday again. 26 in Sacramento. This year I hit San Francisco 25, so who knows where I could be next year. So let's make it happen. Let's go do it. Let's do what we need to do. If you are so uninspired, watch that video, because that did so much for me. I was like, it's right. I'm not inspired. I've lost my focus. And that's true. And I get it. We all got shit. We all got stuff. But you have to be an advocate for how other people can do this. Because people are looking. They are searching for an answer. Like we said today in church, people are looking for a place to call home. They're looking for someone to talk to, you know? People are looking for that. Like, you could be the answer. Be the answer for people. You know how amazing it is when I get a message from someone in the team and they're like, so glad I started doing this because guess what, I feel this way, or guess what, I feel that way. It's so amazing. I love it. It's the best thing ever. I have messages saved on my phone. Even when times are hard, like now, I'm still so grateful. I know so many of you have hard times going on. I'm still so grateful. That's why I still show up on this call. Like, that's why I'll always show up on Sunday night call. I might not be able to commit to the other ones in a week, but what have I always taught you? Find one prospect call and one training call, and commit to that and do that. You don't need more than an hour of training a week. You don't. And if you want it, guess what? You put something on the background, you watch it every day. If you're uninspired with the business, I would go and watch a load of old Team YOLO Fast Track to FC calls, the Team YOLO, 6:30 p.m. calls. I would just sit and watch that. Go on Simon Chan's Facebook and watch the lives. Like, and you might be like, oh God, I'm not going to hear anything. And then you'll be ironing and you'll be like, what did I just hear? And you'll go back and you'll rewind it and you'll get that nugget and you'll write it down and you'll put it on your wall. You never know when you're going to hear a nugget that's going to stick with you forever. You just don't know. Like, you don't know when it's going to pop for you. Jessica texted me and was like, said it, and she really felt like things changed for her and she really felt like it switched. So I was like, okay, let's work together. Let's do this. Jessica has such mad hours, and she texted me and said that. She's like, I see this. I feel different. I'm like, right, cool. I'm on it. Like, how can I be there for you? And then, like, tonight, me and Jessica are going to do a power hour at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Like, it's crazy. Like, the fact that she wants it, I'm like, okay, I want this too. I want to be with Jessica. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cool. She does that. And I love telling people, because one of our girls on our team, she does a 60-hour-week job and she still does this business. They're like, sorry? I'm like, yeah. What's your excuse for a better life? What do you want? Don't sit there and be happy with what you've got, or pretend to be happy with what you've got if really you're not. Like, you all said yes to this business. Why? There was a reason why you said yes. What was that? Remember that reason and let that be your new focus. Because that was the reason you said yes. Whatever it was, if it was community, if it was money, if it was promotion, if it was the fact that you can travel, whatever that is. It might not be that you're in this for the big bucks. And if you're not, cool, don't worry about it. I wasn't at the beginning either. No, I wasn't at the beginning. I wasn't like halfway actually, because I was like, I love that people didn't judge me. And I love that. And I still do now. Like, I can come in here and people don't judge me. It doesn't matter. Like, I love that. Because I live in a world that judges me all the time, We all do. And I can come in here, it doesn't matter how I look, because I know you're still going to listen. And we're still going to talk and we're still going to ask questions. It doesn't matter. Like, I love that. That's my fave thing. Knowing that I'm never judged. And I can show up. It doesn't matter how I look. I can be like, guys, I got a bust lip. And you'd still be like, oh God, what does she do this time? You wouldn't be like, oh God, delete, end meeting. It wouldn't happen. There's so many things out there that would do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to go to work with a bracelet. People would think I'm like, thug. I'm like, where are you come from? What's your name? I'd have to lie and say my name was something else. Like, so we're so lucky. You can be anybody, do anything in this business, be whoever you want. But like, for some reason, we think it's unreachable. It's not. It's here, right here, right here. Conferences in 2 months. Every single one of you could be on stage. So just make that decision, and we'll be there. Okay.
I'm sick of looking at the screen.
Clubs in Barcelona are filled with creeps. Thank you, Rachel, for that advice. We will take that on board and we will bodyguard each other when we go there. Maybe we should pay a bodyguard. No, I'm kidding. Okay, like, let's all go. I need to go home. Bye. Oh, wait. Stay there. Smile. Oh, I've got you two in the background. Hilarious. Muscles in the background. You'll see the picture. Okay, bye.
Bye.